Hi. Huge movie fanatic Nate coming right back at you on this October evening, dusk. Having just eaten a pizza. I had a pizza. I try to eat a pizza at least once a week. So my belly is full and the jack-o'-lantern is glowing and the sun is setting on this October night of 2014, continuing my spooktacular, amazing horror movie reviews for this October/Halloween season. And today I'm coming at you with a review for Happy Birthday to Me. This is a movie very much like this tape, which is still here, of Graduation Day. I'm pretty sure I have like a super old tape of this. I mean of Happy Birthday to Me, like a tape like this. But I couldn't find it in time. Maybe I don't have it, but I think I do. Which was one of them gatefolds, you know, with the famous, you know, shot of the, you know, the guy with the shish kebab thing in front of his mouth and stuff. I think I have it, and I think I can't remember the first time I actually saw this, you know, probably mid to late 90s, just on that VHS I probably bought. And it never really did anything for me. It was kind of cool, and it, you know, and that was that, and I put it away, you know. And then I think, I don't know when the fuck it was. At some point, because this is like a Columbia movie, a Columbia Pictures movie. At some point, I do believe Columbia Pictures, like home video, actually put out a DVD of Happy Birthday to Me, but because of like copyright reasons or something stupid, they weren't able to actually put the movie out on DVD with the score which the movie came out with, which was this very amazing and beautiful and fantastic score by the guy who I think probably did, it sounds exactly like Motel Hell, so maybe it's the same guy or whatever, but it's a fantastic score. And I never had this DVD because I wasn't interested at the time. And so that was like a huge, I don't know what the hell's in the place of the fantastic score in that first, you know, Columbia home video release, but that was pretty appalling. I mean, I don't know what's there, but whatever. So then Anchor Bay, back when Anchor Bay was kind of cool or whatever still, in 2000, what the hell would it have been, 9, I think that was the year Anchor Bay actually, you know, somehow managed to, I don't know, whatever, the copyright issue regarding the music, the original score was, you know, fixed or whatever, and Anchor Bay put out a relatively fantastic DVD of Happy Birthday to Me, anamorphic widescreen, you know, stereo surround with the original fantastic music. And then online I saw that it was relatively cheap. I could get it at this one store, which I'm not going to name. So I drove there and got it, and I was like, oh, right, cool, you know. And just, you know, it was very cool to finally have like the anamorphic widescreen DVD of this and stuff with apparently the real score. And I just rewatched this like within the last week or two, and then I watched it again because I'm just like, wow, I kind of like you know, revisiting it now. I really kind of like the atmosphere and the ambiance of Happy Birthday to Me. I love, this is like a Canadian production, I think. I think it's, on the back it says from the producers of My Bloody Valentine, and I can only assume they're referring to the original My Bloody Valentine, you know. It even features a girl at the very beginning who brings out at the Silent Woman, who brings out that piece of beer that's they put the rat in it. She was actually in, you know, not in a big part, I don't even know if she had any lines, but she was actually in the original My Bloody Valentine, so there you go. But this movie features, I guess, probably some Canadian people, including that guy from Meatballs with the nose, and the guy who would end up being, that guy also who would end up being in K2, the movie I reviewed with Michael Biehn. So the guy with, you know who I'm talking about, who also would end up playing Shia LaBeouf's, however you say his name, dad in that movie, that remake of Rear Window, which is Disturbia or whatever. So that guy I've always kind of just liked because he represents for me the late 80s or late 70s, early 80s and stuff. And one of the greatest, coolest things about this movie, I think, is actually, which is really cool, I really hip idea, is casting Melissa Sue Anderson in this movie as like the lead, heroine or whatever the hell you want to call her. I thought was really cool because, of course, I think at the time or whatever, she was, most known for, of course, Little House on the Prairie. And I don't know, I could look, excuse me, I could have looked online, but I didn't, to see like what else she's done, because, maybe she's done more horror movies, I don't know. But I thought she was, in retrospect, really, really kind of a great casting choice for like a, slasher movie, because she has this thing about her face which can be this really, this look of, so like a combination of like sexy and just dangerous woman, dangerous woman or girl or whatever at the same time. You like this sexy, dangerous, evil expressions sometimes that find their way onto her face in this movie. And I think, throughout the whole movie, or like the mid-movie, or towards mid-movie, towards the end or whatever, she's, spoiler alert, this is spoilers, you've been warned. You've got 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Turn it off if you don't want to be spoiled. Basically, mid-movie or whatever, towards the end, is portrayed as like the killer. And what's really weird about this movie is that, like, for the first part of the movie, they say this, they point towards this one kid as being the red herring, and then midway towards the movie, spoiler alert, Melissa Sue Anderson's character kills this guy, so you're like, oh, okay, well, obviously he's not the killer, she is. And then at the end, there's another surprise. So it's kind of like this 3-part, like, who the hell's the killer, goddammit? It's just like 3-part surprise, whatever. So Happy Birthday to Me is just a really cool, like, college, they're in college, right? It's just like, this really cool, like, college atmosphere movie. And you also, the other actor I forgot to mention, of course, is I think Lawrence Dane, the guy who was also, I think he was part producer and also in Rituals, a movie that I should review, and it's too late. I gotta do it like during the summer. Too late this year to do it, I'm afraid, but Rituals is a movie I really like as well. And I really like Lawrence Dane. I just think there's this great humanity that just gushes from this actor. I just think he's so genuine. There's something so genuine about this guy. I've always liked him without even necessarily knowing it. And then at one point I was like, I like him. And then I knew it. And then from then on I knew it, and I still know it. So Lawrence Dane plays Melissa Sue Anderson's dad in this movie. Unfortunately, he's not in it enough for my taste, but whatever. So you got basically this very much following the formula of all these movies from the 80s. You have a situation which like most movies like Prom Night, you see the incident at the beginning, and one cool thing about this movie is it puts the incident, the actual character herself, Melissa Sue Anderson, doesn't remember the incident, and which is really cool, throughout the movie, because it's like a car accident, so she can't remember. Throughout the movie, she remembers more and more and more of the incident, the event that caused all the murders in this movie to take place. So, Happy Birthday to Me, when I watched it, and then I rewatched it really soon, because I'm like, I really liked it this time, and I liked it the second time, and I like it this year. I like it this, when I watched it a couple times this month. It's just like, it's got just obviously that great early 80s feel to it. The music is unbelievable, and the little song that plays at the end with the lyrics that even go to the tune of, the Happy Birthday to Me is really cool. And like I say, Melissa Sue Anderson as the heroine slash, villain slash whatever the hell she ends up being towards the end, I thought was a great casting choice. And by making, her a part of this, like the Crawford top 10 and all this bullshit, who like every other night they meet at the Silent Woman and just do havoc, and then they jump the bridge and all this dumb shit and stuff. The movie's got this great, which I should also mention, is directed by the guy who I guess directed the original Cape Fear. I can't remember his name, but it's directed by that guy, and the movie's really got this confidence to it, like both in scenario and also just photography, and obviously the music's amazing and confident, and just the casting is confident. It's got this sophistication and this confidence about it. And having revisited it a couple times this year, this fall, this October, I'm gonna go 3 stars for Happy Birthday to Me. It's got, unfortunately, like the kills are kind of like, oh, you know, they're really not that particularly great. My favorite is probably the weight, you know, or one of my favorites is probably the weights and you know, the weight lifting scene. And the motorbike scene is a really good idea. Unfortunately, I thought that it could have been executed a lot better than it was in the final project. But this movie is just replete with all kinds of goofy ass situations where this one guy takes Melissa Sue Anderson up into the, you know, the bell tower of this church, and he's like, you know, this whole movie plays like the red herring, like who the hell is the killer, like maybe a little too much, but whatever. And this guy's like, he's like, it's just such random nonsense. I love it. It's just like, hey, if I cut this rope like half, almost all the way through, and she's like, don't, and he's like, there's a shot of him, I've got a knife, and he's just like got this look on his face, and all of a sudden we're supposed to think he's a killer, and it's just like, so Happy Birthday to Me is full of all kinds of funny characters and just what the hell's out of nowhere scenes and all kinds of interesting stuff. So I'm gonna go, like I say, 3 stars for Happy Birthday to Me. I think Melissa Sue Anderson was kind of sexy and attractive, and with those, some of them really evil expressions and evil looks she gives some of the other characters, she's just like, wow, you know, just like Tigress or whatever. And like I say, the rest of the cast, the rest of the top 10 or the top 6 or whoever the hell we see of the other kids, including the guy from Meatballs with the nose and all kinds of other people and stuff. And I think it's a really more or less competent early 80s slasher movie with a fantastic score, fantastic cast. I mean, it's just kind of great all around, you know. And the way we actually, you know, slowly see the incident as she remembers it herself, and then was kind of cool. And I gotta tell you, that one scene where they cut her brain, like cut her head open, and you know, her brain starts to swell out of her head. I don't know if that's real or not, because I mean it looks real. I kind of hope it's not real. But there's a really amazingly like realistic scene where they're, you know, cutting her head open basically, and her brain kind of swells out of her skull for a bit, and it's just like, oh man, I hope that's not real. But if it is, whatever. So thank you very much for watching my review of Happy Birthday to Me. Mostly highly recommended. I mean, it's got its faults. I mean, that's probably why I didn't really respond to it too much when I first saw it. But having revisited it, like I say, I really kind of like it now. So 3 stars for Happy Birthday to Me. It's, like I say, it's on Anchor Bay DVD, if nothing else. I don't think it's on Blu-ray. I don't know. But the Anchor Bay DVD looks pretty good on an upconverted anyway. So thank you very much for watching this, another in a series of spectacular horror movie reviews. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.